Good morning. 7 a.m. I'm waiting for the doctor to text me, see if anyone goes into labor. I'm actually so excited because, of course, someone's going into labor, so I'm literally going to see a baby.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself because, I woke up at 7 and I went to sleep and I turned my ringer on. And listen, y'all, I never wake up on my alarm. It's a village effort to wake me up, but I woke up to the ringer text, which is honestly something that I'm so stressed about for clerkship, but this was a good sign that I needed from the world. Technically, normally I would leave in 30 minutes, but I think I'm too stressed. The thing that's stressing me out a bit is that I might be working overnight today. We don't know yet because the doctor I'm working with is on call. I'm leaving at 9 a.m. today and I do not know when I'm coming back home. I'm actually so curious to see when I'm going to be told something about my lashes. I don't think there's actual rules on this. I think it's more so just like reference from the physicians. I could probably use a reason to save money. Now's not the time. I'm literally wearing my Apple Watch that I've been looking for, bruh. Hey Google, play Defying Gravity.
Defying Gravity by Adina Menzel, Kristen Chenoweth. Here it is on Spotify.
Period. They played the version with Adina.
I can't imagine how. I hope you're happy right now.
Somehow I'm right on time, but I like being early. People keep going into labor. I guess this is a good day for me because I get to learn so much, but a girl's not resting or sleeping. So this is my on-call room, my first ever on-call room, y'all. Let's do an amazing tour. The main reason we were called in today was because one of the doctor's patients, she had polyhydramnios, which is extra fluid in the amniotic sac, and that can pose a risk of having an umbilical cord prolapse. I cannot find my hairbrush, even though I really know I have. Wait, did I not pack it? My hairbrush actually disappeared. Like, I'm not kidding. It actually just walked out of my bag. First of all, I don't like these scrubs. I need them to give something, you know? Make me look like a snatch. Okay, so yeah, she had polyhydramnios and we had to induce her labor. The way they do that is actually really cool. There's a few ways. One of them is this little clip of paper that has progesterone gel and hormones on it, and you put it inside their cervix. But listen, I don't know if this is common knowledge, and we did not learn this when we learned OB-GYN, but you know when they're determining when someone's pregnant, how much effacement is there, what station are they in? You know how they get that info? A doctor puts their finger inside the pregnant woman's cervix and just feel how close is the head to tell the state. I just feel like there has to be a better way. And this, people attack me for this. I only know how to reverse park because I have the camera to help me. So I just finished up so far in the birthing unit. It's currently 1 p.m. So now I'm gonna go to the prenatal clinic and I'll be there until I think 8 p.m. It's actually going pretty well. I'm having a really good day so far. Cheers to that. It is 4 p.m. and I've just been seeing patients. It is 7:20 p.m. I just finished in the prenatal clinic. It was actually so busy. I did not expect that, but I did see some really cool cases. First of all, I saw a patient. I forgot what the name is called. It starts with an L, but I'll put the name here. It's a disorder where you have a genetic mutation that runs in families. You have a mutation of P53. And if you've ever taken a molecular bio class or any biology class, you know that P53 is a big tumor suppressor. So if there's a mutation of P53, you're prone to almost every type of cancer there is. I can't imagine how it would be living knowing that you likely are going to get cancer in your life and there's not much you can do about it and living with that fear. And it really just brought perspective to things what an insane disease and how insane the human body is. It's finally time to eat and I'm getting an hour off so I can have my stars, so I'm super excited. Surprisingly, it's been very tolerable talking this much and not being thirsty, etc. So it's currently 9 p.m. I'm back in the hospital. Well, I'm heading inside to the birthing unit because the patients that we induced this morning hopefully should be ready to give birth by now. So we're going to check on them. And if not, then we will check on them tomorrow. In the on-call room, I'm actually surprisingly, my energy is doing well. So I was talking to the doctor that I'm shadowing because she did her residency in family medicine. And then after that, she did her PGY3, like a third year and extra training in just obstetrics. And that allows her to specialize her practice with pregnant women. And she also has the ability to deliver babies. I really liked the idea of this career. It spoke to me early on because I really came into med school liking and loving OB-GYN, but I realized I didn't love every single surgery that was a part of it. And I also didn't necessarily only want to do OB-GYN. I also really like psychiatry and honestly a few other stuff. So I liked the broader scope of family medicine, but then I still can like specialize a bit. And it's really validating and confirming the fact that I would love if all of my weeks look like this. It's very fulfilling and rewarding. And one of the patients that I saw induced this morning went into labor. Obviously, as a second year med student, I'm not going to be doing much, but she actually let me go below the OB while the baby was coming down so that I'm supporting the baby while it's coming out. So I got to hold the baby's head. And it was so weird holding the baby's head because this is just a newborn baby. If you don't know, when newborns are born, their skull isn't fused together. There are 3 separate areas. And so they have a separation in between called the fontanelles, and it could literally feel it. It was so weird. His head was like, you could just tell that head had been through a pelvis.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I will say you are not really going to see the patient as a physician if you're their OB unless they are dilated to a certain point. Like at this point, when I saw her in the morning, she was like 1 centimeter dilated. So then this whole day, we did not check on her until 11 hours later. And so those 11 hours, all of her complaints and all her pain and everything was addressed by labor and delivery nurses. So that's why I also really like the idea of the family plus OB because I will continuously see the baby that I delivered. I'll continue to see the mom that I took care of throughout her whole pregnancy.
Moments later.
Hi y'all. It's currently 6 a.m. almost. I just had my breakfast for closing my fast and I'm leaving the hospital. I ended up working from like 9 a.m. to 6 a.m. So that was like an 18. I'm not gonna do the math. I'm too tired. I am gonna go back tomorrow to the clinic, possibly the hospital. I don't know yet. Technically, I need to have at least legally a 12-hour break between my shifts as a med student or something. It's some sort of number, and I'm definitely gonna be breaking that, but I chose to do it by choice because I'm only here for a week, only 4 days, because I'm leaving on Friday to visit home. So I just want to make the most of it. And it's okay if I'm a bit sleep deprived these 4 days because it's just a cool experience.
Day 2.
Good morning. 8 a.m. 2 hours. And someone else is in birth. And apparently it's a really cool birth. So I'm gonna go. Patient's membrane ruptured at 6:30 a.m., literally right after I left. Great timing. They've given her oxytocin, and now should be going into labor soon, in an hour maybe. I'm gonna be heading out soon. Pregnant belly is pretty soft until close to labor. It gets hard. It gets really hard for them to move and sleep and do anything with a big hard belly in front of them. My go-to makeup has just been concealer with a small amount of blush. I think I'm vibing with it. I definitely need concealer so I look like alive. It just runs in the family having such bad dark circles. And then for blush, this YSL blush, honestly, I'm so shocked. But yesterday, when I came back home at 6, this blush had been on for 20 hours and it still looked good. And I'm a very oily person, so powders don't last that long on me. I'm very impressed for sure. And in case I get cold, I'm bringing out the Patagucci. We're getting like real med student today. Listen, y'all. Look, I'm 5'4", and this is just hitting my ankle. If I pull it up, it's giving cropped. Why does this keep happening? Like, why? Why? Only 11 p.m. 11 p.m. And I'm heading to the prenatal clinic because we assessed the woman, but none of them are going into active labor. The doctor's going to text me when anyone is close to labor, and I will go back to the hospital.
Moments later.
I just saw a patient that's having twins.
More moments later.
I just finished in the prenatal clinic, and one of the patients from last night is going into labor. I really thought, guys, I was hopeful she did not. She really did not. So I left. Hey, I feel like I'm always in my car in this video, but I do love car time. So the patient is dilating a little slower than we expected. When the OB-GYN does the pelvic exam on the pregnant woman, I haven't asked to do the pelvic exam because I do not want to put those women through having their cervix examined 2 times because it seems so painful. Finally, one patient actually was so sweet and she was like, "Do you want to try too?" And I was like, "Really?" And so then the doctor asked me my glove size. And listen, I'm so proud. I'm so proud. But I did not say medium because I knew that. I've seen a lot of TikToks of people embarrassing themselves where they were asked the glove size and they said small, medium, large, and then it was numbers. So I came prepared. I Googled what does a medium convert to? And listen, baddies, if you don't know your glove size, 6.5 is like kind of universal. These are my hands in proportion, but I wear medium in gloves. And so I said 6.5. And she was impressed that I knew. And I was like,
I just know stuff like that.
thank you, TikTok. Thank you to those that messed up before me. The doctor told me I could take a break. Honestly, if I was not fasting, I would have done something done and made the most of my break, but I cannot think of anything to do right now. And then I thought about it and I was like, this is the perfect break for me to get my lashes done because then I don't have to tomorrow. So we're getting my lashes done. Say goodbye to whatever these are. I don't want to brag, but look at this parallel parking, y'all. Like, look. Just wow. Just wow. I'm so proud of me. I don't love the fact that I'm in my scrubs. I don't really have things to change into. Didn't think this through. So when I have a long period of time, my favorite podcast to listen to, I know she's basic. I know a lot of people say it, but Mel Robbins. I discovered her like recently, like a few months ago, and I really like the way she presents it. She's concise. She's not like overly bragging about herself and how amazing she is. And she gets to the point. There's a lot of stuff about just how to get your life together. I also really like the Quran English translation on Spotify. So I'll listen to that. I'm a different woman before and after a lash fill. I got an update from the doctor like 5 minutes ago, so it was good timing that the patient is asleep and we haven't checked her cervix. That was the update. I'm honestly not sure what to do. I think I will go home because there's still like at least 2 hours. We changed out of my scrubs. I cleaned my room. She is looking beautiful. Okay, so I took my scrubs off because it's nap time. The patient is like 5 centimeters dilated, so halfway there. But once the patient is fully 10 centimeters dilated, there's still like 2 hours where we're kind of waiting for the baby's head to lower. She's actually likely not going to deliver till like 9 p.m. at least minimum. So I get to have a nice long break at home and I can break my fast here, which is very nice because I was very sleepy today and the thirst was getting a bit to me. So I'm gonna nap now from like 5 to 7, 2 hours, and then I'll wake up for iftar.
Later that same evening.
That nap was like pure REM. It was so hard to wake up. Like not even food was gonna get me up. The idea of like, come on girl, let's break your fast. But I'm awake and it's time to eat. I'm so sad. I just like made food, but so the patient has not dilated past 9 centimeters in like the last few hours. So this is now an indication for a C-section because she's probably not going to dilate enough and it would be too painful for her to do a vaginal delivery. So I'm going to get to watch the C-section. I'm obviously not going to scrub in, and even if they ask me, I really hope they don't ask me. There's no way they're going to ask me though because I don't even know how to scrub in, first of all. And second of all, I would prefer my distance so I can process the fact that I'm watching what I'm watching. What I thought was so sweet was that when we were offering her medication because she was in a lot of pain, she was really hesitant to take any medication because she was like worried it would hurt the baby. Oh, poor angel. Like we would not have offered it if it injured the baby, obviously, but of course she's just being extra safe by asking, and that was just so cute. Like she's willing to go through pain for her baby. Like that's literally the epitome of moms. Like this is my invention of today. It's peanut butter. I really love peanut butter. I feel so bad for people allergic to it. We can try like raw butter or something. Okay. I actually don't think that worked. Oh wait, it might have. See, and now my plan is to just like I don't have to use my hands hopefully, so I can eat on the go. It feels so nice to be able to have water. I was really warm.
1 hour later.
I'm in the washroom, literally processing what just happened. Because remember when I said there's no chance they're gonna make me scrub in?
Flashback.
Obviously not gonna scrub in, even if they ask me. I know they don't ask me. They're gonna ask me. They're gonna ask me. They're gonna ask me first of all.
End of flashback.
Guess who scrubbed in? Trigger warning, dramatic crybaby. That was just really beautiful to watch. And they let me cut the umbilical cord. I was so close to the surgeon, like I was literally like right next to him. It was really cool.
Thousands of tears later.
First of all, who was gonna tell me that you no longer need the scrub brush and they had like an advanced gel? That was really cool. Second of all, oh my gosh, putting on the sterile gloves is a mission. I was so worried because I've done it like 6 times today now, and each time I've struggled. But I was so scared about like the sterile field and everything, so I was being extra precautious and I was so nervous. The first 3 to 4 minutes when he was cutting, I was breaking down. I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much blood. Like, what's going on? All the fluid came gushing out. And this patient had polyhydramnios, so she had like extra fluid. So the whole OR floor was like, thankfully I was on the other side, so my shoes were fine. But yeah, I was covered in like full down to bottom because it's a messy procedure. Doctor, when she was in her 3rd year, she did an elective internationally in the UK, and the OB-GYN there and the midwives let her do a lot. And so she really believes so letting wait, is that a crack on my camera? Oh, it's not, it's not. Okay, so she's like I feel like willing to let me do more stuff and encouraging me to do it. So in a C-section, there's nothing I can do to help. I'm literally useless. But they let me cut the umbilical cord. When they said it to me, I was freaked out because I was not expecting them to say, "Do you want to do something?" So I was like, off guard, but I was like, "Yes." And then I'm cutting it, and it was like, imagine cutting a really dense sponge. I had to go way harder than I thought. It was such a beautiful experience watching. Bro, a full baby came out of that woman, and we just cut it out. And now she's fine, and the baby's fine. And the whole C-section lasted like 20 minutes. I don't know why I thought it would be way longer, but I will say the C-section, after watching it, a vaginal delivery doesn't sound so bad. Just because the surgeon really does have to put their hand inside your stomach. It's midnight right now. I'm gonna go home and sleep. And then tomorrow I'm gonna go to the family prenatal clinic for 9 a.m.
The next morning.
Good morning. Am I sleep deprived? Yes. Am I gonna sleep a lot this Friday night? Yes. Years of being a camp counselor, I think it's probably been my most helpful experience in medicine because I am so trained to be sleep deprived and to have to be so wide awake and alert and enthusiastic at like 7 a.m. and 11 p.m. I've become really good at not showing my exhaustion. You know what I thought was so iconic? Remember when I said I'm gonna keep my eyelash extensions on until someone tells me I can't? Well, the family doctor OB that I was shadowing yesterday, she was literally such a girl boss. She's almost 70 and she had beautiful lash extensions. So we were able to talk about that, and that was crazy because I don't meet physicians often with lash extensions. I'll meet a few, but I definitely don't meet, I think, people above 60, maybe even 50 with lash extensions. I'm still not over yesterday. The mentors were so nice. It really just goes to show how much luck depends in medicine because when you're shadowing, when you're doing your clerkship, whoever's supervising you, it's complete luck. They might be someone who lets you do a law, who really teaches, or they could be someone who barely gives attention to you. Did spend a good amount of time with the OB-GYN, the anesthetist, and the family doctor OB. So obviously we had a lot of time to chat, etc. They asked about my life, I asked about theirs. Tell me how all 3 of those doctors are married to another doctor and have all children that are doctors. That was so cute. They were really proud of their kids. It was really cute. It's currently 8:14 and I'll probably get there around 9. This is the outfit. I'm wearing the effortless pants and then the TNA boat neck crew.
7 hours later.
Oh my gosh. There is so much to debrief. First of all, it's so hot. It's bipolar weather. Why am I blasting the AC when the heater was on this morning? Officially done my placement. It is 4 p.m. on Thursday. I did 4 days in low risk OB. I calculated and I ended up working almost 37 hours, which I think is pretty impressive for 4 days. It actually brought me back to university times when I don't know how I did this in university, but on top of taking 5 courses, I used to work 2 jobs at Starbucks and the library. It kind of reminded me of that. Actually, I missed having the adrenaline of being so productive. So I got to do a lot of prenatal visits where I measured the baby bump, the crown. I got to feel the woman's cervix and how soft it is, whatever. And then I also got to see an endometrial biopsy, which was very cool. I don't know how the thing works, but it's like a very small, imagine thinner than a chopstick, that you put through the cervix and then it suctions and pulls out skin from your endometrium. Honestly, overall reflections from this week, I would say this week has definitely solidified how much I love low risk OB. I think I would like to be more involved in my patient's life than just deliver a baby and leave. I'm gonna see the baby that I delivered and continue to treat the baby and remind them every time. Remember when I delivered you? But I would be shocked if I became a surgeon. I would be shocked. I feel like I don't give surgeon vibes. I'm a yapper, I'm a listener. I'm not a stand for 9 hours in suction type of. And I'm not necessarily dying to cut people open. Having free will is insane because guess where we are? It's IKEA. It's IKEA. I'm so excited. Okay, haul time. We have this plant and this pot. Then we have this candle holder. My house has carpet, so you can't really have real plants. So I eat up IKEA fake plants. And then this is really cute. It's a little mini chair that you can use for your phone. But I saw on TikTok that people would put like a mini stuffy to sit on it. And I think that's so cute. So it can be a little chair for I have like a small Winnie the Pooh that I want to put on here. I actually like every time I buy myself flowers, I never have the right vase to put it in. And it's because I feel like the top is too fat and like they just don't look right. So I feel like this is the perfect vase, hopefully. I would never leave without something. I have to buy something. There's never a way I would not buy something.
Epilogue.
So I am currently packing. This weekend is the beginning of Eid al-Fitr, which is what marks the end of Ramadan. And it's like the big celebration of the end of this whole month of fasting. Eid al-Fitr is like the one holiday where I feel like I will do anything, no matter what, to go home and spend it with my parents and my family. Thankfully, med school is very accommodating with that. If you have a religious holiday or anything, you just have to tell them ahead of time and they will make sure to accommodate you. Overall, reflecting on my experience, major things I have learned. Number one, I really need to learn how to use a non-Mac keyboard and computer because I got frustrated one too many times. Secondly, I definitely saw a big improvement in myself over these 4 days, and I think that's giving me some faith for clerkship. That I think each block is usually around 6 weeks. It depends, some are shorter. But even just spending a week in a specialty, you can learn a lot from it. I can't even imagine how much I'll learn in 6 weeks of working multiple on-calls, etc. I'm very excited. Overall, I just wanted to say thank you for joining and watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you ever need someone to talk to or need some advice on anything about school, then you can always DM me on Instagram at Aleeza's Journal and I will do my best to reply as soon as possible.